Think you've got it all figured out when it comes to building muscle? Even the most dedicated gym-goers can fall for common strength training myths that sneak into our routines and hold back real progress. In this video, we're breaking down 10 of the biggest myths in strength training misconceptions that might be sabotaging your gains without you even realizing it. Get ready to learn what's standing between you and the results you're working so hard for. Stay tuned to find out why Myth 5 is probably one you still believe, and it's costing you. Myth 10. Warming up on the treadmill before lifting weights. It's common to see gym-goers begin their routines with a 10 to 15-minute treadmill session, believing it will prepare them for a weightlifting session. While cardio warm-ups can elevate heart rate and help with general body readiness, they're not targeted enough to prime muscles and joints for the demands of strength training. Instead, warming up effectively requires specificity, a focus on activating the exact muscles and joints that will be engaged during the workout. Preparing for strength training with dynamic stretching and mobility exercises directly benefits muscle engagement. For instance, if the session involves squats, then performing bodyweight squats or leg swings as part of the warm-up activates the hip flexors, quads, hamstrings, and glutes more effectively than running on a treadmill. This way, the targeted muscles become more responsive, better prepared for the load of the workout, and less likely to experience strain. Mobility exercises also increase synovial fluid production in the joints, promoting smooth movement, especially for high-impact lifts like deadlifts and shoulder presses. Movements such as leg kicks, shoulder rotations, and hip openers are examples of mobility drills that allow lifters to attain a broader range of motion, creating a better foundation for exercises with a full range, like bench presses or deadlifts. An ideal warm-up sequence may begin with a brief cardio session if desired, but should then transition to dynamic stretches and movement-specific drills. By honing in on specific areas of the body, these preparatory moves optimize muscle activation and maximize workout efficiency, enabling lifters to achieve better form, lift more weight, and reduce the risk of injuries like muscle strains or ligament tears. Myth 9. Supplements are necessary to build muscle. Gym culture often portrays supplements as essentials for muscle gain, but they are far from being prerequisites for progress. Muscle growth fundamentally depends on consistent training, balanced nutrition, and adequate rest. Whole foods are often more effective at supporting muscle growth than many realize, offering not only protein, but also a wealth of vitamins, minerals, and fiber that are essential for overall health. For instance, lean protein sources like chicken, turkey, eggs, and legumes contain amino acids, which are the building blocks for muscle repair. Whole foods deliver protein along with important nutrients like iron and B vitamins, enhancing energy production and recovery. A well-structured diet can supply these needs, negating the necessity for protein powders if someone is meeting their protein targets through food. While protein powder can be convenient, especially for those with busy schedules, it's not inherently more effective than protein from food sources. In fact, studies suggest that as long as adequate daily protein intake is met, there's little difference in muscle synthesis, whether protein is consumed via powder or solid foods. Other popular supplements, like BCAAs, can be redundant for those consuming a diet high in protein, as whole foods provide all essential amino acids. Pre-workout powders, another common supplement, can often be substituted with simple, energizing snacks like oatmeal or a banana, paired with a small portion of lean protein. The myth of must-have supplements is partly driven by aggressive marketing, but can be reframed through education on nutrition. By learning how to meet their protein, vitamin, and calorie needs with food, athletes and gym-goers can save money, reduce dependency on artificial ingredients, and potentially experience better health outcomes. Supplements should be viewed as convenient, not necessary, and understanding this distinction empowers lifters to achieve their goals with or without them. If you're enjoying the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button. Myth 8. Training abs every day will guarantee a six-pack. Ab exercises are often a focus for those striving for a defined core, leading many to assume that daily ab workouts are the fastest path to visible abs. However, this misconception overlooks two critical factors: the importance of rest and the need for overall body fat reduction. Like all muscles, the abs need recovery time to grow and strengthen. Training them every day can lead to overuse, which stalls muscle growth and may increase the risk of injury. Achieving a visible six-pack is more about body fat percentage than it is about doing countless ab exercises. The abdominal muscles won't appear defined if they're covered by a layer of fat. Achieving a low enough body fat percentage for a six-pack typically requires a calorie deficit paired with regular cardiovascular activity to burn fat. This does not mean ab exercises are irrelevant, but they are best complemented by fat-burning activities and a clean diet. When it comes to ab training, quality trumps quantity. Rather than focusing on high repetitions or daily sessions, it's more effective to train the abs 2 to 3 times per week using progressive resistance. Exercises such as weighted cable crunches, hanging leg raises, and Russian twists create stronger, more pronounced ab muscles that will become visible as fat decreases. These compound exercises engage multiple muscles in the core, providing a stronger foundation and contributing to better posture and stability. Core training also benefits from the use of compound movements like deadlifts and squats, which engage the core and train it in ways that static ab exercises cannot. When paired with compound lifts, a reasonable ab routine enhances overall strength, functional movement, and helps achieve the sought-after definition over time. Myth 7. Muscles will turn into fat if you stop training. A frequent misconception among gym-goers is that muscles will turn into fat if they stop exercising, leading some to fear breaks from training. The truth is, muscle and fat are completely different types of tissues. Muscle cannot transform into fat. Instead, they undergo separate changes when a person stops training, primarily due to a reduction in activity and often unadjusted calorie intake. When someone stops working out, muscle atrophy, or the reduction in muscle size, can occur as the body adapts to less demand. This process doesn't mean that muscle has transformed into fat. Rather, the muscle fibers shrink due to lack of stimulation. Fat gain, on the other hand, is a result of consuming more calories than the body needs. If someone continues to eat at the same caloric level without exercise, their body will store excess calories as fat due to lower activity levels and reduced caloric expenditure. The metabolic impact of muscle loss can be significant. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns more calories even at rest compared to fat tissue. When muscle mass decreases, the body's resting metabolic rate also declines, which can lead to fat gain if the individual's caloric intake remains unchanged. This decline does not mean muscle is transforming into fat, but rather that the body's energy demands are lowering due to the loss of metabolically active tissue. To mitigate these effects, it's beneficial to incorporate occasional resistance training, even if it's minimal, to maintain muscle and keep the metabolism from slowing down too drastically. Muscle memory can also help when individuals return to training, allowing them to regain lost muscle more quickly than if they were building it from scratch. Understanding this process helps gym-goers avoid the misconception that muscles turn into fat, allowing them to approach breaks with a balanced perspective. Myth 6. Sweating more means a better workout. Sweating is often seen as a sign of an intense workout, but sweat itself is not a measure of exercise effectiveness. Sweat is the body's natural cooling system, releasing moisture through the skin to regulate body temperature. The amount of sweat produced varies depending on numerous factors, including environmental conditions, hydration levels, and individual physiology. The intensity and quality of a workout are determined more accurately by factors such as weight lifted, repetitions completed, and muscle activation, rather than by the amount of sweat produced. For instance, strength training with heavy weights often involves rest periods between sets, leading to less continuous sweating compared to cardiovascular exercises, yet the workout may be equally or more effective for muscle building. Conversely, exercises done in hot environments, like hot yoga, induce substantial sweating, but may not necessarily result in significant calorie burn or muscle activation. Sweat loss during exercise is predominantly water weight, which will be quickly regained with proper hydration. This can lead to a misleading perception that a sweaty workout burns more fat, whereas in reality, it's the quality of muscle engagement and progressive overload that contribute to lasting fitness results. For example, lifting weights with proper form, challenging oneself with heavier loads, and progressing in strength are more reliable indicators of an effective workout. Instead of using sweat as a workout gauge, gym-goers are better off tracking their progress through other markers, such as improvements in strength, stamina, or endurance. These metrics reveal more about workout quality and show tangible progress over time. For those who enjoy sweating as part of their workout, it can certainly feel refreshing, but it's important to remember that it's not a direct indicator of workout success. Myth 5. More repetitions with less weight define muscles. One of the most pervasive beliefs in fitness is that high-repetition, low-weight workouts are the key to achieving muscle definition. Many gym-goers assume that this approach tones the muscles, but the reality of achieving a defined physique goes beyond merely increasing reps or decreasing weight. Muscle definition results from a combination of muscle mass and a lower body fat percentage. Without a sufficient level of muscle mass and a low enough body fat percentage, visible muscle definition can be challenging to achieve. Muscle growth, known as hypertrophy, is typically optimized by a mix of moderate to high weights and moderate repetitions, usually in the 6-12 rep range, with weights challenging enough to reach near failure by the final rep. This level of resistance promotes muscle fiber growth and encourages muscle density. With more muscle mass, the body naturally appears more sculpted, especially as body fat is reduced. High repetitions with lighter weights do engage the muscles, but they may not provide the same hypertrophic stimulus that stimulates muscle growth in the way moderate to heavy lifting does. Achieving a lean, defined look is closely tied to fat loss. While high reps may increase muscular endurance, visible muscle cuts require a calorie deficit to lower body fat levels. A balanced program that includes strength training for muscle building, along with a controlled diet to manage body fat, is much more effective for definition than simply relying on high-rep, low-weight workouts. Cardio, diet, and full-body strength training all play critical roles in the pursuit of definition. In practical terms, those looking to enhance definition should focus on a varied strength training program that includes both compound movements, like squats, deadlifts, and presses, and targeted exercises, like curls or tricep extensions, to build and shape muscle. When paired with a nutrition plan focused on gradual fat loss, these efforts are more likely to yield the desired aesthetic results than simply increasing repetition counts with lighter weights. Myth 4. Cardio is more important than strength training for weight loss. Many people think of cardio as the cornerstone of any weight loss plan. While cardio exercises like running, cycling, or jumping rope do burn calories during the workout, they may not have as lasting an effect on metabolism as strength training. In contrast, strength training can provide both immediate calorie burn and a metabolic boost that extends hours after the workout is complete, often referred to as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, EPOC. Strength training builds muscle, which is metabolically active tissue. Unlike fat, muscle tissue requires energy to maintain, meaning that individuals with a higher proportion of lean muscle mass burn more calories even at rest. This elevated resting metabolic rate, RMR, is advantageous for weight loss, as it allows the body to naturally burn more calories throughout the day. Additionally, strength training supports body composition changes that help preserve muscle mass while in a calorie deficit, preventing the body from breaking down muscle along with fat. In fact, strength training may be even more critical than cardio for sustainable weight loss. Cardio alone can lead to weight loss, but without resistance training, the body may lose a significant amount of muscle mass in the process. This loss of muscle reduces the body's RMR, making it easier to regain weight after the diet ends. By incorporating strength training into a weight loss regimen, individuals can help ensure that the majority of weight loss comes from fat rather than muscle. To optimize weight loss, a balanced approach that includes both cardio and strength training is often best. Cardio can be used as a tool for calorie burn, while strength training serves as a way to build and preserve muscle. Together with a healthy, calorie-controlled diet, this approach leads to more sustainable weight loss and a leaner, more muscular physique. Myth 3. Muscle soreness is necessary for muscle growth. Many gym-goers equate soreness with an effective workout, assuming that if their muscles aren't sore the next day, they didn't train hard enough. This belief is rooted in the idea that delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS, reflects the breakdown and subsequent repair of muscle fibers, a process associated with muscle growth. While it's true that exercise-induced muscle damage plays a role in hypertrophy, soreness is not a definitive indicator of an effective workout or muscle growth. Muscle soreness often occurs when the muscles are subjected to new or particularly intense exercises, which create micro-tears in the muscle fibers. These tears stimulate an inflammatory response and, in turn, lead to soreness. However, as the body adapts to training, it becomes more efficient at handling these stresses, leading to less soreness over time, even as muscle growth continues. Therefore, a lack of soreness does not mean that a workout was ineffective. Consistency, progressive overload, and proper nutrition are the real drivers of muscle hypertrophy. Pushing too hard to achieve soreness can actually be counterproductive. Excessive soreness can interfere with recovery and may even increase the risk of injury. Training a sore muscle too soon may worsen the inflammation, delay healing, and potentially hinder progress. The goal of strength training should be to challenge the muscles progressively rather than to chase soreness. Using techniques like gradually increasing weights, performing controlled reps, and focusing on proper form will be more beneficial for long-term gains than seeking intense soreness. For those who still want a measure of their workout's effectiveness, tracking metrics like weight lifted, repetitions, or even changes in body composition can provide more reliable feedback. Minor muscle discomfort can indicate muscle adaptation, but intense soreness is not necessary to achieve growth. Effective training stimulates muscles in a way that encourages strength and size gains without overwhelming the body's recovery capacity. Myth 2. Training in a fasted state burns more fat. Training in a fasted state, often called fasted cardio, has gained popularity as a method for increasing fat loss, with proponents suggesting that exercising on an empty stomach forces the body to burn fat for fuel. While fasted exercise may lead to slightly higher fat oxidation during the workout itself, overall fat loss is determined by the calorie deficit maintained over time, not by whether the workout is done in a fasted or fed state. In a fasted state, the body has lower glycogen stores, which can indeed increase the percentage of calories burned from fat during exercise. However, this does not translate to greater fat loss overall. Research suggests that total daily energy expenditure and diet play a more significant role in long-term fat loss than whether cardio is done fasted or fed. The body will draw on fat stores as needed throughout the day based on calorie needs, making it unnecessary to rely on fasted cardio as the primary method for fat loss. For strength training, fasted workouts may not be the most effective approach. Lack of pre-workout nutrition can lead to decreased energy levels and reduced performance, especially in high-intensity sessions that require strength and endurance. Lower energy levels may result in less productive workouts, as muscles do not have the glycogen stores needed for optimal performance. Consuming a small pre-workout meal or snack with carbohydrates and protein can provide the energy needed for a high-quality session, leading to more effective workouts and potentially better results over time. Training fasted is a matter of personal preference. Some people may feel lighter and more comfortable training on an empty stomach, while others perform better with some fuel beforehand. The key to fat loss remains a consistent calorie deficit combined with regular exercise, regardless of whether it is performed fasted or fed. Myth 1. Pre-workout supplements are essential for performance. Pre-workout supplements are often marketed as essential tools for maximizing performance, boasting benefits like increased energy, focus, and endurance. While certain ingredients in pre-workouts, like caffeine, can temporarily boost alertness and perceived energy, they are not a requirement for achieving peak performance. In reality, balanced nutrition and sufficient rest provide the most reliable foundation for consistent, high-quality workouts. The primary ingredient in most pre-workout formulas is caffeine, a stimulant that increases adrenaline and heart rate, creating a sense of heightened energy. While caffeine can improve performance in short-term, high-intensity exercises, it is not necessary for everyone. Many people can achieve similar effects by having a small, balanced pre-workout meal or snack that includes carbohydrates for energy and protein for muscle support. A banana with a tablespoon of peanut butter or a small bowl of oatmeal can provide a natural, sustained energy boost without the side effects associated with high doses of caffeine. Pre-workout supplements may also contain beta-alanine, creatine, and nitric oxide boosters, each with different effects. However, these ingredients are often not needed immediately before exercise to be effective. For example, creatine is best taken daily to build up in the muscles over time, and its effects are not immediate. The inclusion of such ingredients in pre-workout supplements can lead to misconceptions about their necessity, when in fact they are often effective when taken as part of regular nutrition and supplementation routines, not just immediately before workouts. Relying heavily on pre-workout supplements may also lead to dependency, where individuals feel they cannot perform well without them. Furthermore, high doses of stimulants can lead to jitteriness, increased heart rate, or even digestive discomfort. For those sensitive to caffeine, a balanced pre-workout snack and proper hydration are safer, more sustainable options. By focusing on balanced nutrition, adequate sleep, and proper hydration, athletes can optimize their performance naturally without relying on pre-workout formulas. Pre-workouts can be convenient, but are not essential to a successful fitness routine. Their use should be based on individual preferences, sensitivity to ingredients, and workout intensity. A solid foundation of nutrition, training, and rest will have a more profound impact on long-term performance than any supplement. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.